Hi, and welcome to the first and possibly only Flag of the World hiking vidcast. I'm here with the Goddard. My lovely camera woman is Lorraine, and my dog is over there somewhere, and that's Abby. We are here at beautiful Dorothy Lake in the Alpine Lakes Wilderness. This is a great, very short hike so far, just off of Highway 2. We're going to go up to Bear Lake, possibly as far as Snoqualmie Lake. I don't really know, but we will we'll see how far we get, and we'll see how this little vidcast turns out when we get home. But hopefully you will enjoy the time we have together. Well, here we are at the other end of Dorothy Lake. As you can see behind me, you can't see where we were because there's an island in the way, but we are on the other slightly swampier side of the lake. Still beautiful though. We just had lunch and we're about to head out looking for maybe a campsite down this end and then stashing our stuff there and hiking up to Bear Lake. We may go up to Bear Lake without stashing our stuff anywhere. Haven't really decided, but did learn something today. I never knew what happened to balloons when you let them loose in the air, but it turns out that they end up in the mountains. Congrats, Grad. I hope you're happy. You could have killed a chipmunk. But we've saved this particular piece of litter and we'll be returning it to civilization when we go back. Won't we, Abby? We will. So we ended up walking for maybe 5 minutes before we suddenly came across really a perfect spot right here on the edge of the lake. Great views, mostly shade, and set up our camp, rested for a little bit, and now we're gonna go hike up towards Bear Lake and maybe beyond. We'll see what's there. Right there's our tent. This tent is a great tent. It's a $250, $300 Kelty Zen tent. And we got it for $10 at an REI garage sale, and then spent $20 to get a new pole to replace one that was broken. And so for $30, we got a $300 tent, which has served us pretty well. So here we are at Bear Lake. Pretty lake, very nice. Though in retrospect, we're both very glad that we didn't try to camp here, mainly because of all the snow, unseasonable snow, kind of. Global warming is clearly not doing the job it should be. But it was a nice hike. Little easier than I expected, to be quite honest. So in the later months, July and August, it's probably a very nice hike from the Dorothy Lake trailhead up to here, where my dog is having a grand old time. And in fact, if you keep going on this trail, we'll eventually hit the Taylor River Trail, which comes out down by I-90, so you can do a nice through hike pretty much from US 2 to I-90 in about 15 miles, which is something I look forward to doing at some point. So that's quite enough of Bear Lake today, and we're going to be heading back to camp. I just wanted to be sure that my point about the snow was clear. I'm sure these are beautiful campsites, or at least nearby there are beautiful campsites, at least in the actual summer, as opposed to the late winter, which it apparently is, despite being late June. Well, here we are, back at camp finally, and Lorraine is making us dinner. Lorraine, what have you got for us tonight?
Well, I've got sort of a burrito-y thing. We've got dried beans and dried rice and mashed potato flakes and
Mashed potato flakes?
Chicken. All mixed together, and I've got a little packet of hot sauce to put in there.
What does it say on there?
Where are you taking me?
Into
Apparently we're taking you into the Alpine Lakes Wilderness. And we've got big old tortillas to stick it on, and that should be a pretty good dinner.
Would you call this an ideal camping, hiking food?
Yeah, because it's dehydrated. You can mix it up and put it in a Ziploc baggie. It weighs next to nothing, and it's quite filling once it's rehydrated.
But let's go back to the mashed potato flakes. What's the deal?
I think the mashed potato flakes will work. Just because you don't think they'll work.
The people have a right to know.
They're filling. We ran out of dried refried beans. They've got the spices in them. People in South America use potatoes. I think it'll be fine.
We're calling them Peruvian burritos.
Yes, Peruvian hiking burritos.
There we go.
We'll publish the recipe on our website.
And here we come to the end of our day. We'll see you in the morning. So, we had a restful night. Now we're up and about getting water.
just wanted to make one thing clear to anybody who may do this Dorothy Lake Trail, that I very highly recommend our particular campsite, which is the farthest campsite south. So if you ever come to Dorothy Lake, find the farthest campsite south. It's more secluded than any of the other ones we saw. It's right next to a water source. It's a beautiful view of the lake. It's very highly recommended. As for us, we're gonna eat breakfast, maybe dawdle around a bit, and then we're gonna head back in. So we'll see you then. Well, we are all packed up. We're just about ready to head out. We figure it's about 3.8 miles or so from here. We figure we probably did 4 miles up and back total to Bear Lake, which means we did about 7.8 miles. We got another 3.8, so 10, 11 miles grand total. Not a huge trip, but a nice sort of start to the hiking season, and we'll probably see you along the way back.
So here we are on our way down. We've come all the way along the lake and are about a quarter of the way down to the trailhead from the bottom of the lake. Certainly a lot easier coming down than going up. Abby's still having a good time.
She certainly is.
We'll see you at the bottom.
And here we are at the car again. Actually, you were never at the car, but we were, and so we're here again. That's the end of the hike. It's a good hike. I highly recommend it. You can find it in Hiking Washington's Alpine Lakes Wilderness. Alpine Lakes Wilderness, day hike and easy overnights. This I would call an easy overnight. I'd rate the trail to the campsite we stayed at the south end of Lake Dorothy as moderately easy. It's got about 1,000 feet up right at the beginning, but after that it's pretty flat. And then up to Bear Lake is going to be another maybe 1,000 feet. I'll have to look that up, but I would call that a moderate hike. And we'd probably both give them 4 out of 5 stars, both of those hikes. The hike to Lake Dorothy is awfully crowded, so that's what knocks it down, even though there's beautiful views. And the hike up to Bear Lake was awfully muddy, and there were trees in the way of a lot of nice views of Lake Dorothy. But other than that, I highly recommend both of them, and hopefully you'll have a chance to enjoy them as we have. Thanks very much.